That's okay if it doesn't go live until they go live. We're alive. Tell me that we're alive. We're alive at the LA School of Comedy, baby. We're alive. Are we recording? Boom, ba doom, ba doom, ba doom, ba doom, boom, boom. Gotta split you up to quiet you down. Every time we have these men around. Are we live?
Yes, we are.
We are so live, and nobody told me, and I was singing to nobody. Give it up for everybody here tonight. That's right, everybody here tonight. And no, you can't come in. He can't come in. No, you cannot come in. I'm so sorry, but he can't come in with that Target basket. He kept going. That's okay. We got Johnny B's birthday today. Happy birthday, Johnny Barral. As he bows from afar, and yes, I have my eye open on it, and it's great to have you back, Johnny. And we're really trying to bring some happiness to people who are going through a rough time, and that's why we're here, to write me messages and say you're crazy to do that. That's not nice. There's a lot of people who could use some comedy, and I'm one of them. But there's a lot of people that are also hurting. So right now, I'm just telling you guys, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, that all evacuees that are right over here at Westwood, you come in for free. Red Cross, first responders, firemen, police officers. Yeah, I'm inviting the police here. So you know that it's time for us to change this upside down. And we got to help people out. So that's how you start, with a bang. How's that, huh? I'm not as funny as Biden. I don't know if anybody heard that joke today. That was terrible. Oh, my God. He said to the Kamala, right? He says to her, you'll put some fire under that. No pun intended. And I'm like, you're kidding me. That's pretty bad. Like, you really need a class at the LA School of Comedy. Because somebody has told you you're funny, and you're not Biden. You're not. I don't know why every time something happens that he brings it back to himself. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like when the Hawaiian fire happened, I was like, that was bad. And he said, I remember when we had a kitchen fire, and I was just saying, what does that have to do? Because I said to myself, the next breath he's going to bring up his dead son, because he keeps doing that, and I don't know why. I feel bad. My mom passed away, but you do use that when you have to get out of things, though. I killed her so many times. It's terrible. But I'm going to tell you this quick story, and it's intimate. It's intimate. I never get intimate with anybody here, but this is intimate. It's very fast. So now I have birds, and before that, I used to have a Maine Coon. If anybody knows what a Maine Coon is, it's a Maine. Yes, I had a Maine Coon. They're really big cats. They have a really big tail, and they're feral. For some reason, you can't train them to act right. You just can't. So I had this guy over one night, and his feet, when I first met him, there was a horrible smell in his apartment. But then when he came to my house, there was a horrible smell in my apartment. And then my cat went and peed in his shoe. That's how bad his feet smelled. So the only reason why I'm telling you about this intimate moment is because I'm waiting for the door to open. Right on my intimate moment. Come on in. Oh, my God.
Yeah, it's like an entourage.
Oh, my God. Look who's here.
The immortal words of the quiet man, God bless all here.
God bless all here. I figured we start a few minutes early. Did you say happy birthday, Johnny B? Johnny B is over here. Johnny Barral. Happy birthday.
I thought she said Johnny V.
No, and we're not talking. We're live right now. We don't know who's watching us. That's right. That's how we do this. Okay, that's what we do this. And that's right, Patty. You know how to keep him quiet. Just step on his toe. I was giving an intimate story. You came right on time. But it wasn't with my husband. It was with someone else. So that's why it was intimate. Now I can't share that with you, but I will. So I went to the ladies' room to become a lady real quick. And we're talking about my cat, Heathcliff. I had a Maine Coon. You ever see the tails on those things? Right. So I go to the bathroom, do my ladies' work, and I turn around in the toilet, and I see floating this tail going round and round, and I scream. And I go, ah! I mean, like crazy. So my boyfriend, who was from Virginia, he said, darling, what is it? Is it your mama? Did your mama die? Did your mama die? And it's my cat. It's Heathcliff, I was telling him, right? And then all of a sudden I hear, meow, meow. Heathcliff's behind me. I said, how'd you get out of the water? And he's not even wet. There was a squirrel in my toilet. It doesn't matter. When you're a lady and you use the bathroom and you wipe and you look to be sure, you don't want to see that either. I was like, wow, finally I go to the bathroom and this is what I get. But I knew he loved me because he used a hanger to take out the squirrel. And I also knew we were probably never going to have children. All right, so that was a joke that's from the 70s that you guys are too young for. Hello there. Boom, 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 boom. Because I want to say one thing about abortion, and I never talk politically. I never do. You know that. But I don't know what's wrong with people talking about abortions when it's not their abortion. Do you think that women have an abortion party? Do you think that's what they do? They get ready the night before when they're fasting and it's not for sure and they can't eat 24 hours in advance. Do you think that's a party? And how the hell would you know about that, Sunda? Because I've taken a lot of people to that party. Now, party afterwards, yes. But I'll tell you, feeding a girl after an abortion is undeniable. You're like, are you seriously want another plate of food? They're so hungry. Look at all you quiet men. Wow, where's that party? Where's that party? You guys are so against it. I'm talking about it. Nobody's happy now. Nobody's clapping. I'm kidding. But I'll tell you this. Just think about it. If the president's daughter got pregnant by Busta Rhymes, he would believe in abortion. That's all I'm saying. That's how it works. That's how it works. So I know this is a really strange way of starting out the evening. Yes, Kanye. Oh, my God. Kanye is not crazy as you think. Would you want to live around all that hair? He lives with Armenians. That's a lot of hair. It is. It's like going, when your Persian friends stay over and you're like, my God, how could you get hair wrapped around a toothpaste? You didn't even brush your teeth in my house. How did you get that hair wrapped around the toothpaste thing? It's unbelievable. That's a lot of hair. My husband has the back of a Persian with the eagle wings coming out, the angel wings. You ever see those? He's here tonight, just forgot. Is he in the bathroom? You're here. I love you. But I went out with somebody who had his exact back hair. And he thought I was Puerto Rican. I thought he was Cuban. How perfect. Because he told me, I'll never go out with another Jewish woman again. I said, we got something to talk about. And I was wondering, why are you ordering for me? I will eat you at a house and home. And an African man told me that. He kept saying, I want to take you out to lunch. I want to take you out to lunch. So I said, okay. I let him take me out to lunch. And he said, I would rather clothe you than feed you. So I had a big appetite. But I have a big appetite for comedy of all types. And this gentleman coming to the stage is no exception. We've missed him. We miss his observations. And he's known as America's sweetheart. Let's give it up for the one and only America's sweetheart, Mark Zaffron. Let's get this party started, right? Because the stage is so far, guys. You should know. Thank you.
Which boyfriend was that? I never heard about that one.
Well,
Is he in the secret book?
You're not gonna
You know, so I learned something today. The problem with America today is that after the election, it looks like all these people on TV have nothing to talk about.
Mark,
It's just-
XYZ.
What's that? Yes, here?
XYZ.
Okay. Bad genes, but I know all things. You know what fourth grade means? It means the snot running out of your nose. This is all these Catholic school things. Like I know about Catholic school. Anyhow, back to boring TV. So here I am today. Poor Aaron had to listen to me watching the Ingram angle. All right. And of course, I have a comment to do here and there and everything they have to say, But it's just like, what are they going to do? Hunter got, pardoned. We have to wait until he commits his next crime, which isn't too far off because he don't have any money. I mean, what's he going to do? I mean, he's going to have to start dealing drugs if he isn't already. And like somebody pointed out today, if his house burnt down in Malibu, we ought to get out there and go, there's a lot of crack coming there burning down. I mean, this is Joe Biden. What's he going to do? Somebody asked Joe today, he said, well, what are you going to do? Are you going to fade off into the sunset? He goes, not me. Bullshit. That motherfucker's going to be in a nursing home in Wilmington in 6 months. You really think his wife wants him around now that he's not president? He's no use to her. Right? He's not a senator. He's not a president. She's going to put him in a nursing home. All right? And she's going to run off with somebody else. And he has to have a private plane. Because once you get used to Air Force One, you're done. Yes. All right? There's nothing. First class don't even come close. All right? Why do you think the Clintons always fly private? She got used to it. Right? Or nickel. Nothing else. So this is the best one. Gavin Newsom has invited Donald Trump to California. Like Donald Trump wants to come to California. To him, it's like a Jew going to Gaza. So he would come to. I mean, think about it. You know, why would he want to be here? So I'm listening to all. Like I really feel sorry for everybody who's gotten their houses burned down. But there is one golden crust to this whole thing. All those friggin' rich people pissed off at the government. Think about it. If that was South Central, that burnt down, they wouldn't do a damn thing. They wouldn't care about all them colored people. All right? But it ain't colored people. It's Mark Hamill and Mel Gibson. You got to look at all these celebrities. There's going to be hell to pay in Los Angeles as they start contributing to the Karen Bass recall campaign, which is coming in the next week or so. Because you saw her there. She looked like a cat. She standing there, and I'm watching it. She goes, that woman looks like she just got caught in the headlights. Well, she did. What was she doing in Ghana? The hell is in Ghana? What did she go there for? For an inauguration? Somebody she needs to know? Oh, I know. She was somebody over on that television show where Kamala found out she was not Kamala, where Sonny Hostin found out that she was a descendant of a slaveholder. Told her roots. What's his name? Henry Louis Gates. Yeah. Must have told her she was from Ghana. She go, I gotta go to Ghana. I'm gonna go back and visit my roots. But now that I'm not being funny, all right, what's in Ghana? Think about it. Fried chicken? I don't know. You tell me what's in Ghana. There gotta be fried chicken in Ghana.
Don't keep dreaming. You're not having any.
What? No, she never lets me eat fried chicken. First time, listen, I meet a woman, cooks me fried chicken. I love it. I never got it again. One time fried chicken, that's all I got. And I love fried chicken. All right? Really, I do. It made me think about, what I wasn't going to say, what I was going to say, So you're thinking about, Karen Bass and all these people. Where was the water? We got Joe Biden blaming it on PSE&G. Oh, excuse me, that's New Jersey. All right. You got to be watching on your states, which is the utility. But they had plenty of electricity. They just didn't have any water. So my daughter gets on the phone with me today, 23 years old, totally indoctrinated by Instagram and TikTok. Can't wait for that shit to go. All right. and she says to me, so have any of you ever drank pomegranate juice? Raise your hands. It's owned by a company called The Wonderful Company. Yes. We'll get to Stuart in a second. So my daughter starts complaining about the Wonderful Company. I said, shut your mouth. She goes, what do you mean? I said, I'm doing business with them. Okay, I'm working on a cashew deal for tons of for carloads of cashews coming from Africa to Stuart Resnick. I said, you can't talk like that. She goes, well, he was the one that kept all the water. I said, he only owns half of it. I said, so we get down to what's wrong and everything else. Has anybody ever seen a smelt?
Yes.
They're disgusting little fish that I used to feed to my piranhas. That's all. They're feed of fish. So here I am. I watched this video of Gavin Newsom. Notice I was nice. I didn't call him by his real name. All right. I will adopt Trump's sobriquet. I'm watching Gavin Newsom, and Gavin has this big roaring stream. Now, nobody in this room fishes. There's not a single soul who wants to be a comic that's standing there in waders with a little stick trying to catch salmon or even doing it with a net in Northern California. Ain't happening, all right? Me neither. So he's sitting there saying, isn't this wonderful how my grandchildren are going to be able to come here to this stream? And I'm thinking to myself, you're a spoiled rich boy. You think your kids are going to be anywhere other than spending your money in New York? Because they ain't staying here, and they're certainly not getting into the water and getting their Lapitons wet. Ain't happening to Gavin. Oops. So I just want to know, it comes down to, my final thought in the world is, why does 1% of the population control what 99% of the population can do? My thought of America has come down to 1% to 99%, which of course makes me remember what I really wanted to say before I started getting into transgender rights. Okay, let's talk about Sunless Hostin. Does anybody watch The View?
No.
Other than Patty? There you go. Anyhow, so Sonny Hostin's husband just got sued, all right, with a bunch of my clients. So I know the truth, and I can't talk about it. He got accused of insurance fraud. And I know it's a scam because I used to set up those ambulatory surgery centers, and I know how it's done. And she's sitting there virtue signaling on television. Oh, I'm so wonderful. This one's so bad. This one's so bad. Until they catch your husband doing insurance fraud. All right? So they're sitting there with millions of dollars, her and Joy Reid. I found out that Joy Reid gets paid $3 million a year. How would MSNBC waste $3 million on Joyless Reid? Does she like anybody? I mean, she's going to run out of people to hate. Well, no, there's always going to be white people. Right? Anyhow, now that my wife's getting upset and texting everybody on the other side of the thing saying, don't believe him. All right? He really doesn't believe what he's saying. Please don't hate me because of what my husband is saying. No. Anyhow, so now that the election is over and the inauguration is coming, and we've had, 2 terrorist attacks since the election. We've had, obviously, arson with these fires here, or a homeless encampment. What are we going to do? And on this note, this is the best thing that could ever happen to L.A. Think about it. All those migrants sitting around on welfare, they now have jobs. We're going to be busing them up to Pacific Palisades. It's going to be the Clinton years again. You want something? You give something. You want to be fed and clothed? Here we have all these built-up beams. Come here and clean. I got to tell you. So the whole thing started, and my last little non-joke of the evening, because they're not funny, is that Biden was making fun of Trump, like he likes to do, except he's saying something stupid. He said, can you believe he wants us to sweep the forests? It isn't sweeping the forest. That won't help. It's climate. Well, let me tell you something about forest fire. Okay? These little brush fires have completely destroyed the CO2 content that's put into the air of California for the next 25 years. That is 25 years of not forcing you not to drive a car. They just did. So here they are, Gavin. All these guys didn't want to follow instructions. They wouldn't listen. They wouldn't follow Smokey the Bear. He told them, that little guy, he said, you got to sweep up the forest after yourself, clean up this brush. And if you look at pictures of those areas before, they used to have cuts, and they used to be set up so that this wouldn't happen. It happens all the time in California. It's part of living here. It's why nobody lived here before the white man came. We're the only ones dumb enough to live here. It's a big trap. The CO2 gets trapped behind the mountains. Everything is trapped in California. You are trapped, all right? You're surrounded by mountains. The air gets bad. It gets trapped. Everything. This place is one big mousetrap. Nothing we can do about it, all right? Except we're the mice. Anyhow, I don't want to sound angry, but next thing my wife's going to be feeding me antifreeze.
Oh, I would never.
She's the one that told me that's the best way to kill somebody. And I'm thinking to myself, how do you know? No.
No, I studied.
She's done it. I mean, how do you know? And then I'm watching a show with my daughter, and this woman made this pumpkin pie to kill her psychotic boyfriend. And all of a sudden, I said, she's going to use antifreeze. She did. She mixed in the antifreeze with the eggs. Why? She can't smell it. It has no taste.
But
now they changed the antifreeze now. They added sugar. So you know what antifreeze is now? McDonald's oil.
Oh,
thank you. By the way, I can't be found on social media purposely.
Soon you will.
Soon you will. I just want to share something with you guys because I know a lot of you guys wonder, like, how did you ever meet a guy like this and let him go? Like Alan Weiss, look at this.
Oh, wow. Let me see. Who's that? Let me see.
Oh,
sweet Jesus.
It's crazy, right? He looks
very handsome.
Oh, yeah. I fell for that. Oh, yeah, I fell for that, baby. Look at that.
You fell for the penthouse, too.
It's a dump. No.
Oh my God.
No, when I got there, there were two birds in that house.
And what are there now in my house?
All right, that's different. We're going to continue on with the show.
Get back on stage.
He's just put me such craziness because he's a terrible liar. So I asked him, where's your girlfriend work, your ex-girlfriend, right? And he's like, I really don't have any idea. So I call 411.
My friend Susan Hall.
No, and yeah, Susan's listening. No, I didn't have to call Susan for this. I just called 411, and I called the number, and it was like 925-6361. I know that number. That's my husband's office. And her name is on the wall. They have a practice together. He doesn't know where she works. It's an old sign. That's what he said. But you know what? I like the fact that we got a little extra hormones in here. So let's bring her up. The one and only Elena. Let her hear you.
Hello, everyone. This is not too bad, to pay attention to the penthouse. Why not? Right? I'm very happy, guys, that you made it and you're all safe. So, yeah, and I agree with Sunda. Let's bring some joy and happiness to very sad moments right now. So that's why we're here, comedians, to make you laugh and happy. Okay, my name is so many men in the house.
I know, right?
It's like always men around me. I work with men, I perform with men, I sleep with men. Like, what's going on? Okay, guys, my name is Yelena, and as you understood from my accent and my mistakes, when I say so, I'm Russian, and yeah, I'm Russian. And usually silence. Not even one applause. Oh, your applause is so quiet. Are you scared? Please don't be. I'm half Ukrainian. You're gonna be okay. I was just confused. I invaded myself. And I'm not from Russia and not from Ukraine, guys. I'm from Kazakhstan, the land of Borat. Have you seen Borat? Yes. So I think Borat is very sexy and handsome. That's the type of man I like. Even me being from Kazakhstan, people still ask me about current political situation. And I don't care about politics because all I care right now is about my mom. My mom arrived. She flew from Kazakhstan to Hollywood. No, first I was excited. I thought she's staying for a month. And then, for the first time in her life, she saw a palm tree and a handsome black guy. And she's like, wow. I'm like, Mom, stop it. Now she wants to stay for another 9 months. What? 9 months? I can't invite a man to my house for 9 months? But I found the solution. I found the job for her, and I taught her how to use the LA Blue Bus. Now she's never home. Half of the day she's at work, and half of the day she's on the bus. But guys, I really can't have her in the house because I work from home. And as I said, I work with men. And I work with video cameras. Guess what I do? This is not what you think. I can read the dirty minds. This is not what you think. Men hired me to tell them what they do wrong. Isn't that amazing? And I'm very good at it, by the way. Okay, I'll tell you. I work in tech, IT company. When a developer builds the application with a code, my job is to make sure that he builds it with quality, which is never happening because a developer usually a man. And I always tell a man what he does wrong. And I love it. I do the same when I'm in bed with a man. I just tell him, the combination is incorrect. Your code is wrong. I'm single. Like for a while, guys, But guys, I'm looking for answers to why I'm single. And I found them. I had a regression therapy. Do you know regression? No, who doesn't know, please Google it. This shit is too complicated. I have only 10 minutes to explain. You know what I found out? In my past life, I stabbed 2 men. And I was a slave. And my mom, she wants me to get married. I'm like, Mom, you don't understand my past. I'm running away from relationships before I get tied up. My life in Kazakhstan was much easier, guys. Do you know how we live in Kazakhstan? When we go on a date, we ride horses. And then we sleep with each other. And then we eat horses. Very simple. And then I came to America and shit started. I've met those 2 guys whom I killed in my past life. One is in New York and one is here in LA. Uh-oh. Okay, guys, it's gonna be another set. Too much stories about these 2 guys. All right, but the reason why I came here, because we were starving. We ran out of horses. But the good news, I got a visa. They let me stay as long as I don't go to the racetrack. And I finally got American boyfriend. I don't think I killed him in a past life, guys. I will like 911. But I cooked for him. Guess what I cooked? Horse. This is America. Come on. I cooked spaghetti with horse balls. And then he disappeared. I guess my balls were too big. So guys, I'm single again. I don't know why. I don't see any issues. Who wants to be my next boyfriend? Everybody's like running away. Like everybody's sitting like this. Okay, you know why? Because this is LA. I don't have issues. The issue is LA. Let me tell you the difference between Kazakhstani men and LA men. When Kazakhstani men want you, they stalk you. Then they kidnap you. And then you get married. Like LA men, they just stuck. What's up? How you doing? I'm like, huh? So, and there is another difference. And LA men, they don't get married, by the way. Mark probably is Inception. He's like, oh.
He does this to me all the time.
Okay, so no, we're funny. So, and there is another difference between Kazakhstani men and LA men. Kazakhstani men, they hung like horse. This is so sexy. You know, we don't have condoms in Kazakhstan. We use trash bags. And LA men, they're just average. You know why they're average? Because they're all vegans. Any vegan man in the house? No, thank God. Because like every time I see a vegan man, I want to feed this man. I'm like, hey, would you like a carrot and some nuts? Would you like some nuts? But don't be so full, okay? Vegan men, they eat sprouts, beans, grass. This is how animals eat in Kazakhstan, and then we eat animals. I feel like men are missing one step in their diet here. I don't know. I've been dating like 2 vegan men. This is terrible. They told me you should be a vegan. I'm like, you should eat horse. Okay, enough about balls, horse, man. Let's talk about Hollywood. We're in Hollywood, right? So one time I participated in a beauty competition. That was crazy experience. Girls were gossiping about me that I slept with the judges. This is ridiculous because I took only 3rd place.
Right?
And this is Hollywood. Nobody sleeps with anyone, right? But I slept with a superior court judge and a lower court judge and the judge from the tennis match. I think I was confused. I slept with the wrong people. Because if I slept with the right people, I would took 1st place. So, I'm from Kazakhstan. I don't know. Next time I'll be more selective. And next time, guys, I will give you the whole list with whom I slept. Thank you.
Where can you find it?
Okay, you can find me. I have 2 shows next week. One in 3 clubs and one is in Flappers. And you can find me Yelena Kovaleva, Instagram and Facebook. Thank
Spell
you.
that real quick, I'm sorry.
Yes, Y-E. Okay. Here's the camera. Yelena Kovaleva. Koveleva. Oh my God. I hope you remembered.
Look at it. Look at it. You laugh, but when they
Thank
call
you.
here looking for you, that is so funny.
We have to work on that one thing. We're gonna make this beautiful. We're gonna have, I made spaghetti and cow balls, not cow balls, horse balls. But you know what I had that was delicious, and I shared this with her. I was out with this guy. He was West Indian, and I had a soup called Manish water, and it was delicious. And I had another bowl, and you know what Manish water is? Bull's balls. So if that sounds scary to you, imagine how I felt when my mother-in-law watched me eat and eat again. And I said, what is this? It's delicious. And she said, it's tongue. Cow tongue. You eat that, right? No. All right. Mark, is there any way you could yawn a little more quietly?
Oxygen problem.
She keeps telling me about the oxygen problems. Why don't you get some Botox? I'm just kidding. I'm trying to be nice because we got the comedy of Mr. Alan Weiss.
Hello, my name is Alan Weiss. Thank you. Hi, Colin. See here, what are you gonna do? So I was cooking, and I was with my girlfriend, and she told me not to put cilantro in any of the food because it tastes like soap for her. Which begs the question of how she knows it tastes like soap. But I am a good. I was looking for recipes, and I saw that all recipes have cilantro in it. Italian has it, Mexican has it, and even for some, Irish Spring. My dad, I was talking to him about sleep. We were talking about sleep. Sleep's important. And my dad always says, and he's been saying since I was a little kid, sleep is the death of the living. So now, to appease him, I'm an insomniac. Which sucks. Okay. My mom married young. She married young. My mom married young, so her whoring days was when she had 5 kids. I think only 5. Okay. It's interesting, like, as an adult, we stopped sharing. Like, I have a niece, and she's like 2, and we have, like, share with your friends. But when we get older, we don't share anymore. Like, you don't share your car, your house, or your wife, unless you're a swinger.
Okay.
You know? It's the only people who share as adults. I'm in accounting, so I have to do the travel policy, and so I wrote a new travel policy, and I was issuing it to all of my. They're having technical difficulties, so we're issuing the travel policy, and I had to tell everybody the rules, and so we don't allow much when you're traveling. You know your personal stuff you pay for yourself. So one of the questions I had was, well, if I have a headache on travel, will you pay for the medicine? And I said, no, you can pay for your own Tylenol. This one lady, she goes, hey, I want. What about the cars? I'm like, well, we can rent any car you want as long as, economy or compact, And so she goes, well, I decided to rent a EV. And I said, oh, you rented an EV? That's great. She's like, yeah, it was cheaper, but I had to take 2 Ubers to get it charged.
Oh, I believe it.
So I was like, you should have taken the compact. What does this say? I can't read that. Oh, inversion layer. Market's an inversion layer in California because we're in a bowl, and then what happens with the smog is the air on top is hotter than the air on warmer or colder hotter on the top, and it bounces and it won't come through. So that's why the smog layer. Anyway, that's stupid information.
We're interested. Really, tell us.
Well, it's so I can't remember if it's hotter or colder, but basically what happens is an inversion layer, and the air gets trapped, so the smog builds in California. So it's like a mousetrap in a sense, and that's why it gets so smoggy and horrible here, because you're in this bowl. The LA the basin is a bowl, and the erosion layer just traps the smog in until it gets lifted. Okay, that's there. That information. That's something. You learned something. So Trump does visit, California. He visits one city, Beverly Hills, to take all their money. I know this because my boss had dinner with him in Beverly Hills to give him money. So just to say, he does come here. He does come for money. He does come. Well, apparently he doesn't. I don't know. He does or doesn't. He didn't have sex with that lady. That's what he said. What does that say? I need to learn how to write cleaner. So I thought it was interesting. They were saying, we have all this terrible wind and it's going to cause the fires. And I'm a Boy Scout. You know how hard it is to start a fire by rubbing two sticks together? It takes hours. I think it was started by humans. I think there was someone in the hills going, I wonder if this will light. And they lit it up. Probably a fire person who was bored.
Okay.
It was probably a fireman who was bored and angry and he was probably angry at Bates for cutting the fire department budget. I don't know, conspiracy. So social media is interesting. I think it's just a tabloid, but yet we all think it's real. So it's like we're all going to the Inquirer and getting all our information and believing it's real. That's like going to Instagram. And then now it's so popular that now and there's no joke here, I'm just saying my idea. And it's so popular that the news, like the CNN and everybody, are just doing the same thing. So we all just have a lot of fake news. Let's see here. That's all I had here. Let's see if I had anything on the inside. Okay. Traveling can be embarrassing. Usually a girl's involved. I was in an Italian bistro in Italy, and I was flirting with the cashier, and so much that she knocked a bowl of fruit behind the display case, and which is not very embarrassing unless you're the one who was trying to catch it, and your hands hit the case.
Oh my God.
That happened.
Oh my God.
And she started laughing. I did not get her number. I was like, I had a old car, and the thing with old cars is you never really know like when you need to get rid of it, but there are signs. There are signs you should look for, like if you're never asked to carpool, you can never get a date, or Cars for Kids won't take it. And so that's all I have tonight. Thank you very much. My name is Alan Weiss. You can find me at Alan W. Weiss on Instagram. I don't have any shows at the moment, but if you want to hire me, I am free.
How about April 15th? That's when you're not free, April 15th. Watch, he changes.
All accountants. Roz Brown's an accountant. I told you, they get so nasty, these accountant comics. You don't do taxes, right?
No, so I don't do the April 15th.
No, so why is everybody always upset about you? He's a big time. He's a CPA, right? Comprehend. All right. I wanted to say that I'm very excited for our newest edition here at the LA School of Comedy. It is really a come together. We're taking stuff real back, way back. And we have someone here that, you're an actress. You know what it's like trying to find a coach at the last minute. Getting in an acting class is so important. You guys are comedians. You think you're funnier than the writer. We know that. And even if you are, don't let him know that. And what I like about his method is that it makes me feel that I'm really acting and I'm not just trying to memorize. Now he's awake. All right? Now he's awake. Because it's terrible to try to do anything with someone that is your husband. It's just, can you imagine him in the background? Just imagine this, okay? Out of nowhere, I heard Jimmy Carter. You didn't hear Jimmy Carter tonight, did you? You didn't talk about Jimmy Carter tonight, thank God. But let me tell you, you can also benefit from this acting class. Everybody in this room can benefit, and all these kids out here, you young kids who are pinned, you're dragged down to your phones. And listen, this is the place to be, and I've got the guy that can get you to where you want to be. So let's give it up for the Film Actors Cafe one and only Aaron McIntyre.
Thank you for that lovely introduction. Aaron McIntyre. It's Aaron, it's not Aaron. It's not Aaron, it's Aaron. So it's not E-R-I-N, because that's the girl way, or gay. Well, it's just a gay name. I mean, come on. It's not Aaron, which is A-A-R-O-N, which is wrong because it should be Aaron because of aardvark, right? Spelled A-A is not very many A-A words in there. Besides, A-A is supposed to be anonymous, right? But yeah, A-A, yeah, look it up. Look it up. I mean, not now. Do it during the next comics set. But I was born and I was raised in Panama City, Florida. No, I wasn't born there. I lived there for 6 days. Okay, so I was in Panama City, Florida for 6 days. And that's where I call home because my dad was in the military, so we moved around all the time, and there's no place I can call home because there is no place like home anywhere. So I just made Panama City it, Went from Panama City up to Minot, North Dakota, the coldest spot in the United States. I think that kind of added to my bipolar disorder. So, which does not mean that I live on both poles. It's not like bi-coastal, but the commute, much worse. Much worse. And what else? And I've got ADD, which everyone's got it, right? I mean, everybody's got that. And there was what's the other one? Sorry. It was Tourette's. Sorry. I forgot about the Tourette's, which I think everybody has as well. I think everybody's got Tourette's, right? I know that when I get behind the wheel of a car, I've got Tourette's. Somebody cuts me off, I'm like, I didn't mean to scare you. Sorry. This is a safe place. This is a safe place, right? What were some of the, oh, shit, I forgot my phone again. Damn it. What else can I say? There's a lot of... Oh, that's what it was, memory. Thank you. Yeah, that was the next bit, memory. Does anybody have memory problems, right? Yeah, a little bit? No? You good? Everybody good? You good? Good with your memory? Good with your memory? Yeah? Yeah, a lot of times people go, oh, I know, me too. And it's like, yeah, well, you don't forget something, go into the other room, forget what you're going in there for, then come back out, then remember again, then go back and come back and forth 6 times. One time, last time I was with a woman, right? A long time ago. But even at the time, this was years ago, and my memory's got nothing but worse. We were making love. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty good, by the way. Just want you to know. But we're there, and I just looked down, and I went, what did I come in here for? And then I remembered. And all was good. God, I gotta get my, hang on a second. I gotta get it. No, yeah. It's right there. Thank you, Johnny. Whew. Man, there was something. Yeah, there's something. Because I know. Look at me. Hi. You're welcome. No. So I've been thinking about, when you go into a store or you see somebody on the street, and I do it all the time, you say, hi, have a nice day. It's like, well, thank you for the permission. Like I needed permission to have a good day, like I hadn't thought of that, right? Doesn't make sense. When you walk into a store and they go, oh, you're welcome to look around. No shit. Really? Like, you mean your store where you want me to buy things I can look around? It's amazing. It's just incredible. And then when they say, oh, can I help you? I gotta great response to that. So when they come up to me and they say, "Can I help you?" I go, "Nobody can help me!" And I run out. And it works really well. Works really well. And then they say, "Oh," and I love when you come up to the counter and they say, "Can I get you in? Is that all? Is that anything else?" And it's like, do you want anything else? Yeah, I want you to quit asking me stupid fucking questions. And who asked you? Who asked you? Well, you did, you know. Yeah, I was a very strange kid. I was very weird. Every time I moved around, you know, you move around a lot in the military, so every time I'd move, I'd kind of want to get away from my old personality, you know, because it just didn't work. Didn't work with the chicks. Didn't work with the dudes. So every time I go, okay, I'm going to be a new person. When I get there, I'm just going to change everything. I'm going to be cool, you know. I always wanted to be black, I got to tell you. Those fucking guys are cool, you know. I mean, white people cannot say the shit that black people say. A black person can say anything and they sound cool, you know. White people, no matter. Eminem, please. The guy looks like a white dude trying to be black, and he's not working. It's not working for me. Right. It's not working for me. So I try to be something different, you know. So I'd come in and I'd be like, "Hey, what's up? How you doing?" And the girl would go, "Are you talking to me?" And I'd go, "Yes, farewell, my lady." And then I go, every woman always said, "You are so fucking weird." To the point to where now I go, "Thank you." You know, I mean, what else are you going to do? You know, you got to embrace yourself. Embrace yourself. And I'm not gay, okay? Even though I did the voice, okay, it's not a gay voice. I'm not gay. I don't know why I said that, but I just felt a little something over here where somebody's going, "Yep, he's a faggot." You know. And I don't mean a faggot in that way, yeah. I just felt the energy. And I'm sure that you're not sexist in that. Is it sexist? No. Homophobic. Thank you. Homophobic. He's down here. Homophobic. Get the fucking thing right. It's like, what's your pronouns? Okay, my pronouns depend on the situation. You know, I mean, you never know what you're going to walk into. Started off with he and her. I thought that was always good because, you know, then you keep them guessing, right? But I can be a they. I don't give a shit. I'll be a that. My pronouns used to be it and that. So I was it and that, and then somebody says, "Oh no, you're going to piss off the people who pronouns mean something to," and I'm like, good, because I want to piss those people off because it's not, you know. I don't think it's very important myself. I've been called a girl many times, her, because I used to have hair. It was fucking amazing. And it was like long. It was long hair. I was a hippie. Hippie, a little goatee thing, you know. Thought I was so fucking cool. And I look at high school pictures and it's like, oh my God. What the fuck were you thinking, man? You thought you looked good. Because my hair was really curly down here, but really straight up here. So it like stuck to my head. So I looked like a penis. You know, what was the other? I fell on my. I think the reason I was so weird is because I fell on my head a lot, like a lot. Used to do this thing where I jump over the couch like this superhero guy in Manic called Mannix, and then probably nobody remembers. He's old, but anyway, he had jet black hair, and he looked really fucking cool, and he, you know. So in the opening credits, he would take his hand and he'd jump over this railing. I thought that was so cool when I was 8. And so I started doing it on our couch, and my mom would come in and she'd go, "Stop doing that! Stop jumping on the..." She didn't say it like that. She said it more like, "You better stop." Anyway, I can't do a good impression of her. You know, she's a little too, she's a little too much. Anyway, she told me not to do it, but she's back in the back. She's vacuuming. She's far away. I think this is my chance. I jump. My foot gets caught on the back of the couch, and I go, boom, right on my head. Knocked me out cold. I come to with my mother vacuuming around my head. And she goes, I told you not to jump on that couch. And that was a good impression of her, okay? And, she's going around my head, and there's like a fucking chalk line, of dirt around me. And they picked me up, and you can't go to sleep. Can't go to sleep. Don't take the kid to the doctor. Okay, so that was one. Before that, I fell out of a second-story window on my head. Dove out of a second-story window just like that. I wasn't practicing or anything. I did the real thing. And luckily fell on a doghouse. But really luckily, it wasn't one of those Peanuts, dog houses. But again, it was never take them to the doctor. I woke up screaming from being in shock, I'm sure, screaming in a bathtub full of water with my sister cleaning me off so that they could take me to the doctor after I fell out of a second-story window. So that's my, is the, spit on it and rub it in the dirt, people. Anybody get that? Spit on it, rub it in the dirt. Anyway, I think that's it for me. We should change the word fuck. But anyway, I'm going to change that to something else. Thank you very much, everybody. My name's Aaron McIntyre. You can find me at aaronmcintyre.com. You can also find my website, filmactorscafe.com. And we'll be starting up classes. We're not sure because of, everything that's going on. But it'll be soon, and we'll keep you informed. And thank you.
Yes, we certainly will.
Oh, here's Sunda.
Oh, my lady. I got to tell you guys real quick, because my husband's here. When she was playing Shakespeare, my daughter was in the Shakespeare thing, and she cuts the guy's throat. We were like, yeah, kick his ass, yeah. And nobody in the entire room did that. Nobody. And she was so embarrassed of us. And I told her we come from Kakistan. I'm kidding. You know what? I'm going to tell you about what made me laugh in that movie. I saw my husband's ass in that movie.
Which one?
Borat. I couldn't believe there was two people that have that much hair on their body. My husband could be Armenian. He's not paying attention. He's out. He works so hard. Guys, you have so much to do when you're trying to be a comedian. You have to get yourself together. You have to market yourself. You have to get out your everything that I haven't done yet, you should be doing. Your EPK should be done. That's right. You should have people knowing where to find you. XYZ. I can't help you with that, but we do have a marketing director here at LASC who will. Let's give it up for the one and only Billy Ramirez. Let him hear you.
¿Qué pasa, familia? Es un placer estar aquí con ustedes en LA School of Comedy. Hijo de la chingada. Aquí está, 1, 2, 3. Juan, dame un favor. Oprima el botón que dice inglés. No, en el otro lado. Yeah, that's the one. Thank you, John. Sorry, there was a little glitch there. So my name is Billy Ramirez, first-generation Mexican-American. I like to call myself in office Latino, which is just my way of letting you know that I'm not the kind of Mexican who's going to fix your transmission or anything like that. I'm not handy, but I can put together a website or a PowerPoint a toda madre. That means just terrific. Let's see. I'm also, I'm getting old. We're all getting old, but, we're all at different stages of life. And I'm middle-aged now. I have to accept the fact that I'm middle-aged. I also call myself a middle-aged muchacho. I got this whole thing. Like, this whole outfit is a sign of a midlife crisis. But I'm just trying to accept the fact that, I'm getting old. I will be an old man. For some people, depending on when you were born, if I tell you that I completed high school in the late 1900s, that immediately makes me old. But I'm just trying to accept the fact, I'm getting old. I need to slow down in some ways. Like, one way is I'm 43, okay? And I'm not as spry and as fast as I used to be, not like I ever was. But now, given the opportunity, I know with 100% certainty that I would never, ever, ever try to outrun a fat cop. Like, that's for sure out of the question. I'll tell you why. Because, I never did it in my 30s or my 20s, but, sometimes I'd get that wild hair, little devil. It's like if I saw Paul Bart esque police officer. It's like, oh man, I just need to see you chase me. Like that would be hilarious. But I never did it. But now, even if I were given the prime opportunity, and also ignoring the fact that they're also shooty and they have tasers and drones and whatnot, if you ignore all that, like I wouldn't try to outrun a fat cop, because I don't think a fat cop or really any cop for that matter is going to give me 8 to 12 minutes to lightly jog in place and warm up so things don't end tragically. Because if I were to sprint from a cold dead start now, I'm for sure blowing out an ACL, PCL, PCH, WNBA, what have you. Hijo de la chingada, TV VCR combo. That's just to tell you how old I am. Like I had a TV VCR combo. O-ring for some reason. I don't know. So actually, another thing that I have to accept the fact now, and then this happened to me yesterday, that I'm gonna pee myself a little. Yeah, that's it. It happens. It's just like I don't know how old how old are you? Or what? Has that happened to you yet? It will. It will. It will. Yeah. It's like no matter if your life depended on keeping the front of your underwear 100% dry, at some point in your life that will be impossible. But so that that happened to me yesterday. Like you just have to accept it. But anyways, another way I'm trying to accept the fact that I'm getting old is my sheer and outright refusal to learn how to text using any sort of shorthand or slang. Like I refuse to do so. For me, it's proper grammar and punctuation, and that includes the Oxford comma. But I don't do it just because I'm getting old. All right, fine. Mostly I do it just to show off my communication degree, because I certainly don't show it off with where I live or with what I drive or with my career or anything like that. So I don't know if you remember an old episode of The Simpsons, and now they're all old because they're on like season 75. But this one came out about 20 years ago when I was in college working towards my so lucrative communication degree. And in this episode, the kicker for Springfield University injures his leg in the big rivalry game. And in the locker room, Dr. Julius Hibbert tells him, "Oh, I'm afraid you'll never play football again. At least you can fall back on your degree in communications." Oh, dear Lord, no. And the kicker goes, "Yes, I know he's a foreign major. Lufchenko learned nothing." I made him sound Mexican for some reason. Yeah. Well, that joke is now it's been a while, so that joke is funny to me again, because it is said that comedy is tragedy plus time, and enough time has passed, and the tragedy is a communication degree. Let's see. By the way, so now that you know that I hablo español, I have a piece of Spanish trivia for you about the band Maroon 5. So check this out. But you didn't know this. Did you know that the band Maroon 5 has a different name in Latin American countries? Yeah, that's right. In Latin American countries, Maroon 5 is known as Cinco Putos. And that's true because I saw it on Wikipedia when I put it there. So right now, comedy is a hobby, based on my average yearly earnings as a stand-up comedian of $3.50. I can't really bank on it as a career quite yet. So I don't know. We'll see what happens with comedy. But I've also been thinking, what other outlets can I try? Maybe and then I started thinking, translator. Like I was watching UFC and there's this guy, Fabio Brusque, and he knows all the languages. Maybe I only know 2 languages, but maybe I can translate in baseball. And I figured out, might be my alternate career if comedy doesn't pan out. I may be a baseball translator, but it's competitive, so I'm gonna need a gimmick. So I don't know. At first I thought maybe I'll wear a zoot suit or just ask a cholo, hey, so what happened, fool? Something like that. I don't know. But I figured out it's gonna be my own unique twist on being a baseball translator. So this is gonna happen. Just imagine 3 people, right? Here's a catcher, a baseball player. In the middle is a translator, and then interviewer. Just after the game, it's so here we are with Oscar Martinez, catcher for the Sharks, whose great play in the 9th inning won the game. So would you please tell us? Sí, Oscar, díganos un poquito de su jugada en la 9ª entrada que ganó el partido. Sí, bueno, lo más importante es dar el esfuerzo de 110%, y lo más importante es que nosotros ganamos el partido. Okay, what happened? The pitcher throw the ball close to my face, and I get really mad. Okay, so then I said, I'm gonna bunt. So then I do a bunt, and I go to full base. Okay, so then I'm at full base. I look at him like, hey, cabron, just pretend I can whistle. Hey, cabron, look at me. I'm gonna steal second base. So he get really nervous. So he throw a bad pitch. I go to second base. Okay, so from second base, now I'm behind him. He can't see me, so I'm not in front. I'm behind. So then he get nervous again. He throw another wild pitch. I go to third base, and now from third base, I'm right there. So I hey, cabron, mira, I'm gonna win the game. Mira, cabron, hey, and then he throw another wild pitch, and then I go home, and that's how we won the game. ¿Y tú qué? What? That's basically what you said. Anyways, whatever. I don't know. We'll see how that baseball translator goes. What's that? Another band joke? Sure. How about this one? You know my favorite thing about the band Mumford & Sons is that we know exactly who to blame. So I think you already got a taste of the way I speak Spanish. I go a little overboard. It's kind of fun feeling like an undercover, Mexican, undercover Latino. Like I once got free guacamole because a waiter called me a pendejo. And for free guacamole, you can call me every name under the sun. Like it's free guacamole. That's a good deal. Save like, according to Republicans, I would save like $142,000. Whatever. It's like avocado toast. But. Yeah, I do go overboard when I hablo español. Yeah, I got to admit. And LA offers me plenty of opportunities to do that. Like whenever I go to any taqueria, see, there's an example. Whenever I go to a taqueria and I hear someone order something like a chicken quesadilla, chicken fajitas, and maybe like an enchilada. I made that up. I don't know. I haven't heard enchilada, but I'm going to look out for it now. By the way, it's a tragedy that Celia Cruz, the salsa singer, and Eric Estrada never teamed up for a variety show. Could have had a show called Chips and Salsa. All right. That one's on the house. Anyway, so like, whenever it's my turn to order at a taqueria, I go overboard. I got to admit. So like, I basically start auditioning for a telenovela that nobody's shooting. I just cannot resist. Like, it could be night and the sun's in my eyes. It could be a dude. Es preciosa. En este momento, yo deseo 3 tacos de carne asada, una torta de jamón, 2 churros y una peñafiel. Gracias, por favor, muy amable. Buen provecho. Que Dios te bendiga. And then when I'm feeling extra confident, I'll throw in some bonus words like, entonces, por supuesto, crepúsculo, whatever. Really, just whatever. I go overboard. So basically, whenever I speak Espanol, I basically turn into one of those Latino reporters you see on the news. I don't know if anyone still watches the news, but if you do, pay attention to any reporter whose last name ends in EZ, and there's a very good chance that reporter is going to take any and every opportunity to celebrate the rich cultural tapestry of the Spanish language. And that's how I hablo Español, like a Latino reporter wrapping up a segment. So I'm like, police don't have any further information on the suspect. Reporting live from El Camino Real in Santa Clara. This is Gustavo Gutierrez, el mero más chingón, tú sabes, güey, for ABC 7 News. Back to you, Nancy. Thank you. That's my time. My name is Billy Ramirez. You can find me at billyramirez.com. I go old school. There used to be a GeoCities page, but I got the URL now. So, anyways, so please welcome back to the stage. It's gonna be. I don't have a rhyme. You did all the rhymes, and say I ruined it now. Patty, get your ass on stage. There you go.
It takes me a while to get my ass anywhere. Excuse me. There we go. Thank you so much. I want to say something. First of all, there's more testosterone in this room than at a gay rodeo. Just a little more yang than yin. You know what I mean? I'm glad you're here, Yelena, and I'm very much so. Your act is very heavy on balls. I noticed that. A lot very ball centric. But just go ahead and have a conversation. I'm just up there doing some stand-up comedy. Phones are ringing, things are beeping. Who fucking cares? The city's on fucking fire. This place, I am suspect of all of your judgment, right? Because what type of a mind? You're a non-comedian. You can sit in here. You can judge this. Think about this for a second. The whole world is on fire. What occurs to this group of people? You know what I think I'm going to do? I think I'm going to get in my car. I'm going to drive over and pay $10 to be mildly ignored by my peers. It's like people that eat at the Olive Garden. Why? I'm suspect of your judgment. But ball-centric, give it up for you, Yelena, and all her balls. She reminds me of a sexy Bond girl, you know, the first one that tries to kill James Bond. And James Bond knows that she's there to kill him. And she knows that James Bond would kill her if he gets a chance, but they still got to fuck. That's back when it was, you remember Bond was still fucking sexy, you know? Ah, damn it. Say your name again, too. Yelena Kovaleva. Yes. God damn it, I'm erect. It's a sexy, am I wrong? Right. That's a sexy goddamn name. And also all the talk of balls. That's good. Yeah, well, you know, I recently just sat on my balls. For the very first time, it changes you as a man. I know it was going to happen someday. But that's, you know, it was the first time. But, you know, my balls, to be honest with you, I just turned 60. These two guys are having a fucking conversation now. Why don't you just try sign language? That's the next after peeing yourself. Oh, thank you. Give him a round of applause. I have to tell you something. I'm 100% Irish. I'm about 6'1". My wife is 100% Filipino. She's about 5'10". So my children are constantly mistaken for tall Mexicans. Like him. He looks like he could be my child. He could be one of my children. He's got a little complexion protection. You are mistakenly given white privilege from time to time, isn't that right? That's half the cops are Latino, but yet I don't. First of all, white privilege I get all the time. And here's the thing: I do not like when people deny that it exists. You know, there's white privilege where you got a trust fund and a childhood polo pony. But at least you get basic complexion protection. You know, that just makes people think your credit score is a lot higher than it is. But the thing about the United States is, in the United States, even Helen Keller had white privilege. She just couldn't see it. You know who could? Ray Charles. Well, Ray Charles could see it. But he didn't call it white privilege. He called it Elvis Presley. Think about that for a while. Somebody made oh yeah, I love Alan Jessica Weiss is here tonight. Give it up for Alan Jessica Weiss. Alan turned me on to salmon sperm facials. You know, that's the salmon sperm facials are very popular. It's very easy to apply. The hard part is getting the salmon into your hotel room. That's very difficult. Very difficult. It takes a little finesse. Got to have a little game to get that salmon up into your hotel room. Jesus Christ. There was a mention of the Boy Scouts. Who was in the Boy Scouts here? I was in Boy Scouts. You're in the Boy Scouts too? Hey, give it up for our own political commentator right here. That's right. You look great for someone who's completely let themselves go. Absolutely fantastic. May I say, but as someone who has been in I was both an altar boy and an Eagle Scout. I'm not going to get, but I still have my Eagle Scout thong. I do. My Scoutmaster knitted it for me himself. It still fits. It's a little itchy. I'm wearing it now. I don't know if you want to get a mental picture of that, but you go right ahead. This is great. I'm happy to be here. I think we're all happy to be here, right? But I think let's get back to my balls, shall we? Because I just turned 61. Thank you. Thank you very much. So the face is not bad. The face is pretty. Am I right? My face is pretty good. My neck is 73, and my phone knows because it keeps on sending me coupons for turtlenecks. But my testicles are in a race for ground level as we speak. As we speak, they are racing for ground level. Gravity will have its way. Do you have a urologist? Yeah? No, you will. Oh, you will. You will. That's okay. I'm very happy to be here. I actually was a little tense coming over, so I stopped and I got a massage. I like that massage. And I always ask for a woman. Not because of anything sexual, but because I can pay her 28% less. That was for you ladies. That was a little... Because let's face it, in here, this is pretty male-centric here. You know, we're a couple testicles short of the Senate Subcommittee on Women's Health Issues in here. Take your time. Take your time. But for me, I was raised very terminally Catholic. And so I am very ashamed of my body as God intended. I never had a massage until I came to California. I was 20 years old. Never had one. So I'm here, and I decide I'm going to go get a massage, you know. So there I am. I'm in the little massage room, and the masseuse walks in, and he says, "Take off all your clothes," which I thought was odd because it was a foot massage. So I did. And I'm standing there. I got all my clothes on my hand, and I said, "Where should I put my clothes?" He said, "Just put them in the corner next to mine." So anyway, other than an awkward amount of eye contact, still the best foot massage I ever had. Ever. Have you read in the rap publications? Many of you know that I'm a big fan of the hip and the hop. Big bad. People look at me and they think, there goes a man I was actually at the Grammys. I don't know if you know that, but yeah, I was there. And while I was there, Drake gave me an N-word pass. I was honored. But then Kendrick tapped me on the shoulder and told me it was only good in the house. You can take your time, I think. You get that. But here's the thing. Yeah, the only one that gets it. Here, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to try and fill them in. There's a big argument now in the black community that if your mother is not black, you're not black. Therefore, your N-word use and your N-word pass granting privileges are not full. Okay. But I don't know if any of you know this. Drake's mother is actually Jewish. Yeah. And by the way, if your mother's Jewish, you are Jewish. You are undeniably Jewish. It can never be taken away. If you come here through a kosher vagina, God damn it, you're Jewish and nobody can take it away from you. But this, you guys are going to read about this or at least hear about it on TMZ. You want to hear this is actually true. There's a rumor that Drake is the only person to have attended a P. Diddy freak-off party and also had Shabbat dinner on Epstein's Island. Now, I can't confirm that first rumor. He called them white parties, but I was not invited. But I can confirm the second one. Yes, he was there for Shabbat dinner on Epstein's Island, and I can be because I was there. I was there at the time. Now, I know what you guys are thinking, but Patty, you're not Jewish. True. But I have a status called Shabbat Goyim. I am what's called a Shabbat Goyim, which translated means one of the good ones, which is how my father used to refer to Sammy Davis Jr. Take your time. Take your time. I know there's a lot of controversy about Jeffrey Epstein, but he was very good to me. He actually gave me an oil painting of himself. And that oil painting is in my living room right now. And it didn't hang itself either. Yeah, baby, come on. Here's what happens later in life, though. You know, I'm 61, so, you know, you lose people. People die. Two guys very close to me died recently. And it made me mad and it made me sad because one of them owed me a lot of money. It's just hard to mourn. It's hard. And I'm a mama's boy, but I'm a mama's boy of a certain age, which, you know, my mom's dead. Either that or she just hadn't spoken to me in a few years. Which if you knew my mom, you would not find that hard to believe. She had a borderline personality that knew no borders. Kamala Harris was better at border maintenance than my mother. God. She used to say to me, you know, Patty, I may be a schizophrenic, but at least I have each other. And she would say some crazy shit to me, you know. I mean, I'm talking crazy. Like, I remember she said to me once, she goes, you know, Patty, the way people treat you when they think you have cancer, and the way people treat you when they want to fuck your sister are exactly the same. I'm like, Mommy, can I have a Pop-Tart? Where's my doggy? Just completely inappropriate at the time. And what she would do, too, is like, kind of towards the end, her favorite thing to do would be just to tell people that she voted for Obama. Just anybody. Anybody, the waitress. You know, I voted for Obama. It's like, you don't need to tell the waitress you voted for Obama, Ma. And here's the worst part. My mother would have never voted for Obama. Ever. She just liked to tell people that. No, my mom was an immigrant, a very strict Catholic, and a devout racist. Absolutely. If my mother saw Barack Obama walk on water, she'd say, I told you they couldn't swim, Pat. She was drunk on the 4th of July. What she called my wife a hot Chinese cartoon mouse. I was insulted, you know. She's Filipino. It's a completely fucking different culture. All right. We're having fun now, aren't we? Thank you. You've all been wonderful. By the way, this again goes to Elena. I think that you, again, a very male-centric room, kind of alluded that all these men have average penises. Was I the only one that heard this? That I want to remind you that statistically, half of vaginas are below average. Just do the fucking math. Although, do we complain, guys? No, we don't. We will never get down. You. What's that?
Let me take my calculator.
Okay. Okay. See, because it's obvious. Listen, I'm gonna share something with you. I used to be. Nobody wants to stick their dick in a fishbowl, okay? That you take that home and you put that in your pipe and smoke it. Cavernous vaginas exist. You can't churn butter with a toothpick, bitch. It's just, but do we complain? We're just happy to be there. Am I right? We're happy to be there. Now there's all this fucking, like, I don't understand the fascination with bald pussy. Now, you know what? It makes borderline pedophilia. You know, God puts grass on the field because it's fucking game time. It's a signal. I lost my virginity to a chia pet in 1977. Bushy. It was the Bush era. And not the Bush administration. That came much later. It was the era of big, beautiful Bush. We loved that fucking Bush, too. We loved it. You know why? Because there was pussy behind it. We're men. We love anything with pussy behind it. Am I right? We're not going to complain. You know, back then, the only grooming that women did, they did this thing. It was called a bikini line, because they would have two different bushes. They would have the winter bush, which was wide. That was probably in Kazakhstan. You have the big wide because it's cold there. You need to keep you do have your winter bush, and then in the summer they would get it would be narrow. It would be their summer bush. Like I was raised Catholic, Irish Catholic, in and around Irish Catholic girls. Like, so the first girl whose pants I ever got off. First of all, her name was Eileen Kilcunnick. Eileen Kilcunnick was her name. And it took me about 6 months, but when I got her pants off, it looked like she had Carrot Top and a scissor lock. Bushy! But proper to Eileen, that was her winter bush. Her summer bush looked more like Conan O'Brien in a scissor lock. She was a ginger gal. How we doing? Are we doing okay? Yes. Well, how much time do I have?
You got 2 minutes exactly.
2 minutes exactly. What am I going to talk about for 2 minutes exactly? I know what I want to fucking talk about. I think we got Biden out just in time. I don't know if you saw it, but on the way over here, apparently he accidentally pardoned John Wilkes Booth. You remember John Wilkes Booth, actor / assassin? Was the only actor ever to take a president down until George Clooney. They don't get it. It's okay. Okay. But it's fine. It's fine. He pardoned his son, which I would do. I can't blame you for pardoning your son. But the thing is, people don't know, Joe Biden signed a law that went into effect in 92 that made the penalty for crack possession same amount as powder, 10 times the amount of time in jail. Who do you think that affected? Could you imagine being a regular old crackhead that got busted with an ounce in 1999 and you're still in fucking prison? And the most one thing you got to give it to Hunter. He's the most successful crackhead in history. Name a more successful crackhead than him. And you're sitting at fucking... This guy's fucking son is free. Did they pardon his laptop too? Because the laptop was up to a lot of no good. Remember everything? I heard monkeypox came from Hunter Biden's laptop. I'm not sure. Well, can I say this? And I mean this. You guys have been mediocre. I don't mean as an audience. I mean as people. Just actual people. But it's been good. You've been adequate. I want to thank Sunda for the use of the hall. And I'm going to leave you by quoting famed comedian Louis C.K. Thank you for allowing me to expose myself. Let's keep it going for whoever the next person is that's coming up. Colin, wait a second. This next guy's great. First of all, he's a very handsome dude. Am I right? He's hot. Give it up for him. He's hot. He'll be coming back to my crib after the show for a little light Greco-Roman wrestling. That's different. Colin Aslay. Let me do it the right way. Colin Aslay. Yeah, baby, keep it going.
Thank you, Patty. Keep it going for Patty, everybody. All right, or not. All right. He's gonna wrap his balls around me later.
Oh my God.
He's gonna wrap. How we doing, guys?
All right.
All right. I love my dad. And I care about him. But you know, like when you're growing up, sometimes your parents say fucked up stuff to you. They don't mean to, right? But they say stuff that sticks with you. My dad, at 61 years old, is still saying fucked up shit that I'm still processing. My dad does magic mushrooms. He's in that phase of his life where he loves mushrooms. He's a hippie now. He's like, I fucked you up, but like I've forgiven myself. Well, that's great, Dad. And he said this to me. I swear to God, he said, "Oh man," he said, on my last trip, I had a complete ego death. I let go of who I was, and I had this realization that no one in my life exists. And I was bummed because I was like, oh man, Colin doesn't exist. I don't know what your parents have said to you in your lives. You're a fuck up. You're an idiot. You'll never amount to anything. My dad doesn't think I exist. And he says it to my face. So count your blessings. Patty was talking about tragedies, right? Life, as you get older. I've had a lot of tragedies happen in the last 6 or so years. A lot of people in my life have passed away, old, young. I even had, this is the one that kicked me. I was like going through a lot of people passed away too young, a lot of people too young. And I got a grief counselor. She died last year of cancer. Who do I call? Who do you call when your grief counselor dies? I don't know the next step. I think I can only talk to ghosts. I think that's the only safe group that I can talk to in my life. You ever have so much tragedy? Like, okay, I'm not like a believer. I'm not like religious. I'm like spiritual, but I'm not like religious. You ever, like, sometimes people have a miracle happen to them. Something amazing happens and they believe in God. Do you ever just have so much tragedy that you start to believe in God? Like, I think someone's out to get me. That's what I think there's a higher power, and his goal is not for me to pray, but I'm his prey. That's what I feel. Is what I'm going through. I'm going to switch. I'm totally switching gears. It's just a bunch of random new stuff. Okay. Woody Allen. All right. I've seen a decent amount of his movies. I've seen a lot of his movies. There's this one movie that he made. It's an animated movie. It's called Ants. Do you guys know about this? It came out around the same time as Bug's Life, which is so weird that you have two animated ant movies, and one of them was made by Woody Allen. Do you know how weird that is to explain that? And also, it's such a Woody Allen movie, like he couldn't help himself. Like the movie opens with him as an ant in therapy. That's the opening line, like scene is him being like, you know, I never knew my mother. You know, she was 6 billion children. You know, I never got any attention. You know, it's very difficult. You know, and I want to see the world. You know, I want the big apple. I don't want this real apple. You know, I want to explore. Like you're a kid. Like, put yourself in early 2000s. You take your kid to go see the animated Ants movie, and you're just getting a retelling of Annie Hall. Like, that's what you had. It's such a weird. This is all just so I could do my Woody Allen impression. That's all. That's all this. I know it. I know when we all. Sometimes we have an impression, and we just got to find a way to get to bring it up. I saw this guy wearing this T-shirt yesterday, the other day, and the shirt said, "It's not an addiction until you've sucked dick for it." That was in the park. There were kids running around. I have no idea. And also, what if you're addicted to sucking dick? Like, when does that? I don't know. We do phone calls. Do we still do phone calls? We call our friends. We call our family. We still do phone calls. Or are we just texting? We're phone calls. I hate the end of a phone call because I can't end it not awkwardly. I don't know. I just don't know. It can be the best conversation. Oh, hey, great. Good seeing you, man. Good talking. Okay, bye. Like, I don't know how to end a conversation with grace. That's the only thing. I can do the beginning of the conversation. Hey, how's it going? Middle of the conversation. No. It's going great. That last dismount, I ruin the whole thing. I make the whole thing. Oh, okay, bye. I hate it. I don't know. I'm just had that on my mind. All right. Do we clap if you use a blender on a somewhat regular basis? I don't know what any of the buttons do. I'm not confident that I press the ice button. I'm not sure if I'm blending it harder or not. I can't, I don't know. There's so many buttons on my blender, and I don't know if I'm making a difference with my smoothie. I still haven't. I know how to use the pulse, I guess. You ever see someone put too much crap in their blender and they make a smoothie and they pretend like it tastes good? Like, there's no way that peanut butter, avocado, cilantro, yes, I pay attention, arugula freaking thing is gonna. Don't lie to me. Don't tell me those orange peels were appetizing. I keep getting. Do we have WhatsApp? Give us a WhatsApp. I keep getting added to crypto group chats. I keep getting added, and I already missed the damn boat, okay? We've all been missing the boat for 10 years. Stop rubbing it in, okay? I'm not buying crypto. I've already failed at every opportunity to buy crypto. I thought I was supposed to still buy GameStop. I don't know when. I don't know what to buy anymore. And it's so annoying. I keep talking to fucking everybody. Like, if everybody older than me is like, oh, you better make sure you're investing or you're fucked. I'm like, okay, great. Okay, awesome. I'm fucked. Really, I'm fucked if I don't invest in random ass shit I don't even know about. And I have to do that for 40 years. And then maybe I'll come out and I can afford a 1-bedroom condo in my 60s. That's what it feels like. I don't know. I keep using apps that make me upload a picture of me for verification. I have to take a picture of my ID. You guys ever have to do that? And apparently I don't know how to take a picture of myself because they keep rejecting the picture. They're like, oh, it's too blurry, it's too far away. Like, I feel like I'm with a girlfriend. Like, I have to satisfy, no, I need a right angle. I need a better angle. That's not, no, you don't look good in that. I'm like, just take the damn picture. What other crap was I trying to buy? You guys know that phrase, comparison is the thief of joy? I've heard that phrase before. Comparison is the thief of joy. That's true if you compare yourself to people who are better than you. But have you tried people worse off? There's a lot of joy to be had. There's so much joy to be had in the people who suffer. Just go. I really shouldn't be doing this joke during the fires. This was not a good idea on my part. Now I seem like a real asshole. I wrote this before the fires, but I will say it during. 'Cause I don't know. It's just like there's a lot of places you can go to find that joy. Soup kitchen. There's a lot of comparison. Number of teeth. I'm feeling a lot of joy there. Clothes. I ain't got holes. I'm feeling pretty good. This is the problem with this joke. I feel like a real asshole. I got to be careful with this one. I have one other thing I wanted to mention. So it's tough. Relationships are so difficult. It's hard to know. And we model so much after our parents, right? What we see our parents do, a lot of us end up doing the same thing. And I'm trying to figure out, my parents are divorced. My dad's been single and had shallow relationships for the last 15 years. My mom's been in like a shitty kind of abusive relationship for the last 15 years. And I'm trying to figure out which one am I going to do? And I think I'm just going to be in a shitty, abusive relationship with myself. And I'm going to take the best of both worlds and do what I can. I think we'll end on a good note there, guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. You can find me at Comedian Colin Asley on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, all that fun stuff. And let's bring up your wonderful host, Sunda.
You're too kind. You're too kind. He has pushed me out the way. He did. Say hi to my Aunt Rose, everybody. Say hi, Aunt Rose. Hi, Aunt Rose. And we got Matthew Hines. That's my brother from another mother. And we got Mike Macaluso. Be nice to him. He knows people. Say hi, Mikey. Mikey. There you go. Mikey, we are bringing the LA School of Comedy to New Jersey, okay? We're coming to Wayne. And this is just a real quick close, because I have to go to dinner with my husband. I just want to say happy birthday to Johnny. So come up here, Johnny, so we can sing happy birthday to you, okay?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
There's no cake, though.
We're gonna get. No, you don't need a cake. We're gonna sing to you.
But it's not kosher, though. That's the problem.
We're gonna come up here. We're gonna sing. You got to get it together, okay? So we're gonna start like this. We're gonna go, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Johnny. Happy birthday to you. Break it down, go black. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. Well, Johnny B is his name.
That's right.
He's my neighbor and insane. Don't blame me, I'm not to blame.
My mother's the one
But mother's getting blamed. But she had a good time. But now you're here up on the stage. You're out of your cage. And now I'm going to tell you that we are outraged. Happy birthday to you. And we love you, Johnny.
Thank you so much.
All right. And everybody, thanks for watching us. Please tune in. Aunt Rose, please tune in. And Matthew and Mikey, tune in. We're here Monday, Wednesday, and Friday live on LA School of Comedy, LASC. That's where you need to be. Good night. Thank you. Bye. And support the fire, the people who are suffering. Don't forget, we're going to do a fundraiser here, and we're going to get all the evacuees here for free. All right? Okay. If you didn't pay, make sure you pay.